Hey everybody, welcome back. What we're going to be working on today, more drift stuff for the S13. You could say this is one of the more important parts of a drift car, is the e-brake. You can use the stock one, but to have a little bit more reliable braking power, and this is kind of what you want to do. Last year I just used the regular e-brake and it worked okay to initiate the brake in the tires, things like that. But with the hydro it'll be easier, it'll be more reliable, and that's just the way to go. So what we are using this time, what we're going to be using is, we'll just start with the Chase Bays Hydro. I've had this e-brake actually for probably a year or so now when they came out with it. I just love I like the handle, I like the whole styling of it. I like their whole vibe about it is they wanted it to be kind of like a BMX style handbrake, and I was super into it, so I bought it and just kind of left it aside waiting for something to use it on. So we're gonna use it on the drift car. And then I bought, these are the adapters to do the dual caliper brakes. So got some Willwood brakes, got the cables here. So yeah, the whole process of doing this is going to be basically, you take this metal plate down here and you're gonna weld it into place, and then that'll be your base plate. And you attach this to the base plate, and then you're gonna take these, you're gonna run it from right here through the car down to the brakes in the back. You're gonna use these adapters. It kind of shows an outline of how it's supposed to work. So you're gonna take these, you're gonna put the hub on those, and your brakes are going to go bolt right on just like that. And that's pretty much it. So we will go ahead and get started. And this isn't a reason to buy or not buy, a product, but it always is really cool. I bought this Hoonigan handbrake, or Chase Bays handbrake, the little collab with Hoonigan, and it came with a little handbrake bottle opener. So pull it like a handbrake, pops your bottles. Nothing super cool, but it's just kind of a neat thing. That's all. So I'd like this to be a comfortable shifting position, so I want to make sure I can run it through all gears. And obviously I'm not going to be drifting in 5th gear, but with this car, or any car probably, but I want to be where it's not going to be in the way, so I kind of want to have it right here. And in doing that, it's probably going to put this about right there. And where there's not really anything down there, how I'm gonna have to do that is I'm gonna take this plate and I'm probably gonna have it welded up just to the side right there, and then I'll put some little gussets underneath that'll support the rest of it that's underneath it. So what I'm gonna do is I'll probably cut out a little bit on this side, probably just this little square area like that, and then I'll butt this right up to it, get it as close, and I'll probably weld just right there, and right there at the top, just the little spots where it's touching. And then I'll place 2 little gussets underneath. I have some steel, some little plate steel I can put underneath, and that'll hold it. But I'll need to do that. I also have to get rid of the sound deadening in a couple spots too, just to get us some good welds. So I'm going to start by cutting a little bit out, maybe cutting out and grinding down some of that metal on the side. Alright, so I think what I can do is I can butt this right up against right there, but if you can't really tell, but this part right here on the other side isn't touching because this is in the way. And then your outlet is going to be in the way, and probably a little bit of this. So we're gonna have to go around the whole thing. And so to do that, I'm just gonna do a you're gonna get rid of everything to there. Actually, if I can keep that little piece on, I'll try to do that. So we can still use this as a mounting point for the center console. So if I can cut it right there and then go around, we will see how that works. Now let's see if we can get that to butt up against. Ooh, that's a lot nicer. What I might do though, I see the issue of filling this thing. Might have to cut it a little bit higher. Sit like that, and maybe cut just a little bit higher like that, so I can pull that cap off and refill it when needed. Otherwise, it looks fine, but it won't be very functional, and that'll be a huge pain in the ass when I go to do it. I think running that line will work. I think that line will have plenty of travel in there, so I can go underneath. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm probably just gonna go a little bit higher. Yep. That'd be big enough to take on and put off, so take on and off. So sweet, that'll work. Okay. So when you're welding, especially when you're melding things against like a thinner metal, it's always good to practice and things like that. So what I always try to do before I start welding, I'm not in very good practice of doing it, so did a couple practice welds right here just to make sure, you know, it's not going to be complete garbage. Probably do a couple more before I get started really welding, and then I'm actually going to weld a couple. I'm going to cut a couple of these into triangles, and then they're going to be little gussets that are going to go right against, you know, there and there, and those are what's going to hold up this plate against the trans tunnel. So I'm going to do a couple more practice welds and we'll get started.
Call the fire department. This one's out of control.
Okay, now that I got my triangles cut, this is how they're going to be welded on. I'm just going to look kind of like that. Little gussets that kind of hold it in place. So I'm going to attack them first, make sure they're good, and then I'll do full beads across. So we'll see what they look like in a minute. So as far as these welds go, there's that one, which is, I don't know, it's a little more holy than I would like. There's that one, which you can't see, but isn't terrible. Here, push it out in the light. Yeah, could be worse, could be better. There's this one, kind of the same as the first one. don't know why it's not focusing. Yeah, not terrible. A couple holes. And there's this one that I botched completely, but I mean, it'll hold. Just looks like a big old pile of crap. So what it comes down to is it'll work, but I'm not particularly happy about it. I'm not happy about that one. The other ones are okay. Now I got the handbrake in, so this will be kind of what I'm looking at. It'll be, you know, shift through gears, nothing's in the way, handbrake's right there. It's actually very, real easy placement. I like that a lot. So I'm gonna, and it's sturdy, it's not going anywhere. I'll have to maneuver a couple things. Even the, let's see if I can get this carpet back in, or if that's just out of luck. Yeah, I can even kind of put that back where it was. The line is going to run from right inside of here, probably through this tunnel, and back to the brakes.
The next day.
Hey, welcome back. So where we landed with the S13 is we got the handbrake. Got it installed in there, got everything, so now it's hooked up. Now we need to, now it's mounted, so now we're going to run the cable to the back, and we're going to set up some dual calipers. We got the adapters here, brakes here, cables here. So the plan of attack is we're going to get these installed, get them mounted up, and then we're going to go back inside the cabin and actually make the lines work under the back seats and drill them through the wall right there, and hook everything up. So we got the dual calipers installed, got everything put back together. So now we're inside. We're gonna run from brake, run the wire through, the cable right through here. We're gonna go under this bracket right here. We're gonna go right here to a T, and then we're gonna drill in probably about right there, and right there on this side. And then we will run it up from the underneath. I actually changed my mind after measuring. I ended up measuring a little bit closer to the trans tunnel. So as I've got the wires ran, it goes from right here, right there in the banjo bolt, underneath, ran through, goes under that bracket where it actually has, you know, good free play. And then meets, tees off, and then goes right through the firewall right there. And then they go through there, through the firewall, around this arm right here, and down to the brake caliper. And I have that ran on both sides. That'll keep it out of the way of any sort of moving components, so that'll help quite a bit. It won't hit any of the axle or anything else, so pretty sweet. Got it all ran through, now it's time to bleed them. Alright, ready?
Yes.
Okay, pump it. So this is where I want to end the video today. We got the handbrake mounted, the lines ran, and the brakes installed. Everything seems to work. We'll actually get out and be able to test it once I do a couple more things to the S13. I kind of want to finish those up before I take it off the lift. So that being said, There's just one thing left to do.